to me here. Why is it that iconic music groups rarely tour together in their prime? And if they do, why is there generally always some kind of controversy so they ensure that the comedians opening before them are at a lower talent level than themselves? The point I'm making here with all this, folks, is that plain and simple classic Psycho 2. So if you're checking in with us today, I'm beyond thankful, and we hope you enjoy your stay. So without any further introduction, here is our take on... Boom! Welcome back to the Sloppy Horror Podcast. I am your host and your scary movie companion, Christian Ramey, and back again for another week, clapping them cheeks, the best producer in the whole wide world, Mr. Ozark Mark. Ozark Mark, what say you? How are you down there? How are you feeling?
Hello, everybody. Again, thanks for coming back. You are a sexy individual, you.
You know what
looking good.
You know what this candle says?
What?
When this is lit, give me that dick. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's clearly my wife's candle.
Yeah, I don't like it between two dudes right now. It's not a good candle.
I don't either, and I saw it, but it smells good down here. Okay?
It does smell kind of good.
Okay?
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know. I don't know what it has to do with that, but I just realized that because we thought the power was going to go out last night. We were going to record last night. It's crazy windstorms.
It was a wicked storm.
It's still windy out now.
Yeah.
I don't know how to handle all
Mother
this.
Nature's tooting everywhere.
It is, man. I saw the Wicked Witch of the West flying by. I've got my little dogs inside. He can't go out there.
Those fuckers would blow away.
Just like a tumbleweed. Arms and legs just straight out. Just. Do dogs have arms and legs, or is it just legs? I mean,
stop hitting me with these questions.
I don't know. I think it's arms and legs.
I don't know. No, because they say dogs have 4 legs.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That just answered that question.
I know.
Bam.
Your dog don't have arms?
No.
If somebody said that to you, you'd be like, yeah, he does. See, these are things we're thinking about to start off this episode because we're feeling a little bit, let's be honest, a little bit psychopathic. Like a psycho. I work across from a psycho every week of my life. His name's Mr. Ozark Mark, okay? I'm not going to tell you his body count, but he scares me, all right? He's the reason I'm in this chair. He says if I'm not here, he'll find me. So here we are, okay? So this movie that we're talking about today may really hit home with Ozark Mark. I don't know if he's ever seen it. It was a recommendation from one of our listeners, Rebecca. She's been recommending it for quite some time. And I'm also, I'll go into later in the episode about the original because we haven't covered the original.
Well, don't talk about much of the original because that might be a different episode.
I know.
It might. It's going to be eventually. There's no way it's not.
It might.
No way it's not.
Not a fan as much as everyone else.
What, of the Psychos?
Of the first. But that's another story for another time. But what we're talking about today, folks, is also, Psycho 2. Psycho 2.
2. That's dose for the people south of the border.
Anthony Perkins coming back to reprise his role as Norman masturbates. And he comes in, and let's be real. Anthony Perkins as an actor had somewhat of a troubled career, which makes me sad because I think he's a great actor and I love him. And, he grew up in a time where it was hard to come out as a gay person. And I think he was bisexual, honestly. But, if you look into his life, he had some troubled history. I mean, unfortunately, he passed away young from AIDS. But I think if you go back and watch all of his performances, there's a glow that he has that, no matter what movie I see with him, you just kind of you just recognize his acting chops and just say, wow, man, he was like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of talent. Even somebody like a James Gandolfini, somebody that just dies young, and you go back and watch The Sopranos, and you're like, bro, were you just You were just put here to give us just great entertainment, and you just left? That's crazy. Like, you know, it's hard to perceive.
That's usually how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
If you're good at doing something for the people, you have a 50-50 chance of dying early.
It's true.
You do. That's why I never want to be great.
You're just
Ever.
I'm staying under the radar.
If I have an opportunity to be great, no.
I'm gonna be pretty good.
I'll be all right. I'll be just good enough to get you there. But that's about it.
I understand what
But
you mean.
Psycho
Sorry.
2, yeah.
Well, hold on now. We can't give any synopsis yet.
Why not?
Look, guys.
Oh, yeah, you got to do the thing.
I do, guys, because this is quite important. For all of the people who are coming in, watching on YouTube, we appreciate y'all. So go ahead and make sure you're subscribed to the channel here. You like the
Smash
video?
that like button.
Smash! No, we can't do that, but you guys can. You can help us out. It's completely for free. For all those people looking for a way to support this show because you say, hey, I love listening to your show, guys, and I love the fact that you guys have no advertisements on here. You're not selling us any dumb shit except shit that you guys create. And that's what we'll do. But if you're interested in that, we got a Patreon where we got bonus episodes, talk about all kind of shit, everything from ghost stories to Ozark shower stories. There's all kinds of things happening, okay? You don't know. We got a whole episode dedicated to the Devil's Hot Pockets. You want to know what that's all about? You could find that at patreon.com/sloppyhorror. Or, depending where you're listening, you can check out, down in the info below, the description, and you can find the link for the merchandise. Ozark did a wonderful job at creating all of this stuff, and I'm very proud of him. Very cheap,
It's
very
so
fun way to
fucking
support the show.
fresh that I want some of it.
I know. So that's where we're at, folks. Help out Sloppy Horror. You're looking for a way. That's how you do it. Patreon, merchandise, liking the videos, rating us wherever you're listening. Apple, Spotify, your sister's bedroom. I don't know. Okay, but I will promise you, this is the #1 show most likely to be listened in your sister's bedroom.
That's correct.
Just kidding. Just kidding about the last part. I don't know.
No, you're not actually.
I don't know what's happening.
Binga da bam. Wow. Psycho 2. Wow. Hit me, sir, and the people through their ear holes. What the fuck is this movie about?
So, Psycho 2. I guess you have to be a little familiar with the first one, the story of Norman Bates. Norman Bates, young man who went crazy, who lived with his mother, who was also crazy. They ran a motel. He ended up poisoning his mother, killed her. He got locked up in an institution. He also killed another woman in a shower. Okay.
You might be familiar with that. It's probably one of the most famous kills in a shower.
Probably honestly,
the reason a lot of people are afraid to get into the shower.
Probably like the most analyzed 3 minutes of film history. Just intense. Actually, I heard something the other day. What was it? I forget something. It's the JFK. It's the most watched piece of film ever.
What is?
The JFK assassination.
Oh.
So, that being said, aside from that little 3 minutes in Psycho, the shower scene, very overanalyzed. Hitchcock is, very much revered for that, and I have a lot of melancholy towards Hitchcock myself, just because he's more of a style over substance kind of guy. It's a lot of cinematography, a lot of extra shots, a lot of things that, in my eye, it doesn't make you a bad filmmaker. No, not at all. But does it dull down your film? Yes, and sometimes too much for me. So I'm not going to say I hate Psycho by any degrees. I'm just saying it's probably not my favorite out of the Hitchcock wheelhouse. But I very much respect what he's done for horror. I love what he did later on in his career in like the Alfred Hitchcock Hour, and then he like brought on other directors, kind of like a Twilight Zone sort of thing where they made little mini episodes. Love it. So I definitely appreciate what he did, but I'm more of a substance over style kind of guy. But everybody's got their preferences. But I think what Psycho 2 does is kind of step a little bit more into substance over style. Still in the style department, but steps more towards substance because we have a different director going on. Okay, so Psycho 2, Anthony Perkins has served... Norman Bates, I'll say. I won't say the actor's name. Norman Bates has served his time in the institution. Now he's old, and the state has to let him out. And in the court, one of the Loomis family, Loomis was like the lawyer dude that Janet Leigh's character was running off with in the first one, right? So he dies. So his family is there, upset that Anthony Perkins, Norman Bates, is going to get out. But the judge is like, fuck you. It's his time. He's getting out. So this man gets out. He's kind of under the care of this guy named, Dr. Bill. And Dr. Bill's great. He's played by Robert Loggia. I love that guy.
Robert Loggia.
He's played, he was in Scarface. He played Frank, who was probably the fucking Diaz brothers. It was him. He was great in that. The Sopranos, excellent. I love that guy. He passed away. Rest in peace. But he kills it as Dr. Bill. Okay? So he gets out. And Norman Bates isn't all the way right. He's a little bit nutty. And he goes back to stay in the house where it all happened. He goes back to the motel. But he wants to, clean it up and essentially, reopen the shop. And they give him a little job working as a cook. But he starts kind of seeing shit, and he starts hearing shit. But as we start to find out in the movie, it's not just his imagination. Yes, he is going a tad nutty, because he already was. But people are also fucking with him and kind of exacerbating that. They're kind of prodding him or instigating his psycho to come out. And we find out that it's the Loomis family. We have, that mom that was in court trying to rebel to keep him locked up. It's her and her daughter. They're trying to fuck with him, calling him on the phone, pretending to be his mother, dressing up like his mother, hiding in windows, just doing shit to mess with his brain, you see, to mess with his brain. But I tell you what, Dr. Bill, this dude, he had Norman's back. He thought that people were messing with Norman. He did. He thought people were. So he tried, tapping phone lines, trying to help him out. But it all comes down to the end because bodies start popping up missing. There's bodies that are dying throughout this movie. And you can tell that this is in the 80s. You could tell this is 83. And what's beautiful about this is I won't say that Psycho was the start of the slasher film. You did kind of get a POV shot. But I would really credit, you're going into Peeping Tom and then Black Christmas, Halloween. That's, when you really start to get the signature touch. Because if we're being honest about the first Psycho, it was really slow in the first part. Not slow. It's just a suspenseful movie in the sense of, a girl running from... She breaks up with her dude, taking some money, and she's, running. She's on the run. It's, more of, a drama action kind of deal. And then somebody dies, and you're like, oh, what the hell? It's like a...
It's like a Hallmark horror movie.
Almost. But it did. At that time, it shook up a lot of shit. I'm not going to say it didn't shake. A lot of people were scared of the shower. It terrified a lot of people. I'm not here to... If I were to compare it to a current movie, it would be more like an Ari Aster movie, more like a Midsommar, or like a, that kind of movie. Hereditary, a lot of style. But Psycho 2 takes a different direction. And at the end, though, we find out that all these bodies that are... the point I was making, I'm sorry, I was rambling. But the point I was making, you could tell it's in the 80s, is that Psycho's music was very legendary, right? It definitely changed the game. But once you got to, Friday the 13th in the 80s, it was really perfected. And one thing that Friday the 13th did... And I won't say it's the only reason because it's a good movie, but I think one of the major components of Friday the 13th being successful was the score. It's incredible. You hear it in so many sound bites. I think so much of it has become free use after time because I hear it in YouTube videos, all kind of shit. Beats. The Friday the 13th, when it's just those strings, man. So it changed the game. So the Psycho score in this is very much... Psycho and Friday the 13th inspired, And you can also, I would say the kills are a little Friday the 13th inspired as well. Not all the way as gory by any means, not as much, but just like the POV shot in that tense. You could tell that Friday the 13th really hit a home run. You know, they were like at the top of their shit. It was definitely a nice follow-up to Halloween. So, I don't know, man. It's a fun little timestamp of a movie to kind of see what's going on. At the end, we do find out that all those bodies popping up were really... There's kind of an M. Night Shyamalan twist. At the end of the movie, we got this lady, Emma Spool, who's been in the movie kind of throughout it. But it turns out that she's Norman's real mom. And Norman's mom, had her really young. And then she had the baby out of wedlock. So the aunt took her. And the aunt was, the woman that claimed to be Norman's mom. And took care of her. And he was like, what the fuck? So he poisons her and kills her. And one of the most funniest scenes in movie history.
You know what's funny about that is there's an Eminem song called Role Model.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, when he hits his mom over the head with a shovel, just straight fucking kills her. You know what I mean? First of all, it's fucking hilarious. But two, it clicked. It was like I finally understood that bar. Because his bar was, he's like, I'm about as normal as Norman Bates with a premature birth that was 4 minutes late. And he goes, Mother, are you there? I love you. I never meant to hit you over the head with that shovel. And it just clicked. Like, you know that meme where it's Leonardo DiCaprio and the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood just going, hey, 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 like looking at the TV. And like it clicked, like, oh, that's where it came from.
Yes.
I got it.
It all made sense.
It all came together there.
It's all together.
Yes. Exactly. I didn't know there was a Psycho 2. I didn't. So I was kind of iffy when you first told me about it. I was like, there's a Psycho 2? Like, all right, like, how's that going to come up to the original? Because the original was such a stable of a movie. But I enjoyed this one a lot more than the first one.
Same, dog.
I enjoyed this one a lot.
Same. A lot more than the first one. But there's a lot of great acting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great actors, people that you know throughout it. You got Dennis Franz, is that the guy running the hotel is Warren Tooney, I think his name is. That guy's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets fucking murdered. Like, he gets a knife to the face.
Yeah.
That was nice.
All right, well, let me ask you this. Between these two kills, which one do you think is worse? Miss Loomis getting a knife through her throat, through her mouth, out of the back of her head? Or Dr. Bill when he gets stabbed and he falls from the second floor and lands on the railing on the knife? Oh, both of them maybe go, yeah.
Yeah, those...
I don't know which is worse. They're both good.
I like that.
I don't know which one's worse.
I like that Dr. Bill's was so abrupt, though. It was just like, just like,
dude, he lands on the knife on the railing in his chest.
It's like a South Park death.
It was. Oh, very creative. I'll give it that. But it's one of those, like, I haven't gone like, in a while, but I saw that, I'm like, God.
So.
The sheriff is funny, too.
The sheriff is great.
The sheriff cracks me up. The part when Miss Loomis, Miss Loomis tries to talk to the sheriff about, like, hey, have you checked Norman? You know, he's doing crazy. He's like, oh, how you doing? How's your husband? He's dead. He goes, oh, sorry.
Sorry.
How's your husband? He's dead. Oh.
That's just, that just makes it a funny movie because it has the great dialogue of old school. You know that it's not going to be special effects around every fucking corner. And I don't know. For me, old movies, I'm not trying to sound like that kind of dude, but just old movies are better in my opinion. I like watching them because there's actual dialogue and it's people talking. You got great story writers too. Tom Holland's obviously at the height of writing this, or at the helm of writing this movie. And you could tell it went a different direction. It was more of an 80s movie than an Alfred Hitchcock movie. And I really don't mean to rag on Hitchcock. He's just not my style. Not all the way for me. but not to discredit Psycho's place in horror, because you need those kind of movies to shake things up from time to time.
Yeah.
You do. I just, even with the shower scene in the original, because they reprise that, or, they have the beginning of that, they have the shower scene at the beginning of this movie. It's such an iconic scene that they're just like, we're going to put it right here.
Yeah. I was like, did I pick the right one? Because I had to rent it. I was like, is this the right fucking movie?
Oh, dude, there was this, I saw this app that had it, like Fossum, and it's free.
Well, thank you for alerting me of that after I paid $4. Hey, $4 is $4, though.
I'm
what are you
glad
gonna do?
you liked it, though, so at least
Yeah.
it's like, you're like, all right.
Yeah, I liked it. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if you ever watched the series, but if you're a fan of the Psycho movies, the series, it's like 3 or 4 seasons.
Bates Motel?
Bates Motel.
That shit's good.
It was, and they did a really good job of recreating the house exactly how it is. I mean, everything's to a T. The living room, the kitchen, the stairs, the bedrooms, the motel. Of course, they add, like, different side stories to it because it's a series, but the actor who killed it is Norman Bates. I mean,
What's
hey,
that girl's name? Vera Farmiga, that girl that played her. She was in the Conjuring series, and then she was also in that movie.
yeah.
And she was in The Departed.
Mm-hmm. She does a really good job. So, oh, yeah. So, if you haven't watched the Bates Motel and you're a fan of this movie, I recommend that little fireside series on your next trip of series. It's very good. Very good. Very impressive.
Watch it now.
Tell you what, man. I need to find me a girl who will follow me into an abandoned house, go through the basement, sit on an old dusty-ass mattress, and let me cop a feel.
Yeah, bro. Nah, that's a ride or die, dog.
Oh, for sure. Who the fuck's gonna do that? Hey, let's go smoke weed and bang in the old Bates basement on a dirty-ass mattress.
That would have been me trying to sweet talk at 16.
Probably could have worked.
You want to go to a haunted house and bang, put spirits up in that giner? She might have said maybe. She might have said maybe.
Spirits up in that giner. Do you have a favorite part of this movie?
If I'm gonna go like outside of a kill, what's his face? Toomey at the diner was pretty fun. That was a fun scene. When Norman was being stabbed, that was pretty crazy too. He's just like, oh.
Both between the hands too. One in that hand, one in the left hand. I love the cheesy, like how off the hand, the prosthetic hand is that they're stabbing. It looks like an old, like, like sausage links. Mm-hmm. And when you let them out and you're lazy and you fall asleep after breakfast and you come back in the afternoon and it's just like been sitting on a stove for hours. That's what the hand looked like.
It's funny too because you could tell kills are like anything in a movie. They're gonna spend more on certain ones. You could tell Toomey's death was definitely expensive. Like the face slash was awesome.
Yeah,
that was awesome. And then Mrs. Loomis's like knife face, that was good looking still. Yeah, that was still pretty like, all right.
Yeah, that set the tone.
Yeah, bro, that was good. Yeah, landing on the knife, though, that's, like, not even that extreme CGI-wise or, like, practical effect. It's just effective as fuck.
Oh, it is. I feel like that was last minute, too. Like, I bet, like, in the original script, it's like, all right, he's going to get stabbed and he's going to fall over the railing and die. And somebody's like, nah, like, how crazy would it be if he landed on the railing, on the knife?
Hear me out.
I feel like that's what happened.
No shit, dude. Could you imagine, though, like, the whole handle would go in you?
Oh, yeah. From that force. Oh, God, dude. That was bad. So bad. So bad.
Yeah, I love that actor, though. He is great, because he was kind of a nice guy in this, and it was strange to see him in that, especially if you see him in The Sopranos, because he's, like, older than this.
Yeah.
He's like fucking 20 years older than he is in this movie, in The Sopranos, and he like kicks this lawn care guy's ass, and he's like, "This isn't your neighborhood anymore. Thought I told you." He just beats the shit out of him, and he's just yelling at him. And you're just like, "Yep, you're just an angry old man.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's angry old grandpa. I don't need all the aggravation."
Oh, that he is.
Mm-hmm.
You're correct.
I live to be that, an angry old grandpa. Ozark Mark, what's your favorite part of this movie?
I don't know. I have to go outside. I'm just gonna go with when he hits his real mother over the head with a shovel. I'm sorry. Makes her tea and just like, are you sure you don't want a sandwich? Then he just fucking whacks the shit out of her. And it's not like a subtle, like realistic. It's like a Looney Tunes thing. She just gets hit and go.
What do you think
Just
of whenever
falls
somebody
over.
says toasted cheese sandwich?
Toasted cheese sandwich?
Yeah.
It's gonna be this now.
I thought of Big Gay Al from South Park.
Yeah.
Take some of my toasted cheese sandwiches. That's what made me laugh, too. And he's always offering people food.
Mm-hmm. Very hospitality-like.
Yeah, he's nice but weird and creepy.
Yeah. But I like this movie does build a lot of suspense. I think that's what makes it one of the best things about it. The score plus just the suspense building, especially towards the end when everything starts to go down.
Oh yeah.
That's when it gets your heart racing a little bit. You're like, "Oh shit."
What about Jennifer Tilly's younger sister, Meg Tilly? She kills it in this. She kills it as Mary.
Oh yeah. She does.
She crushes it. You could definitely, you can see that they're sisters.
Yeah.
You can tell.
You can't tell.
100% you can tell. Now, what you should do, in the dating game, step out like Norman Bates. Put holes in the shower. Start playing the piano. Be weird. Make sandwiches.
Apparently it works.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Apparently it works.
Yeah, man. You just got to make it work. Look at Anthony Hopkins in Magic. He was weird as shit, and that girl loved him.
I know. What am I doing wrong?
Be creepier, dog. Tone up the creepy.
I guess so.
Meet the love of your life in a parking garage. Hey.
Start following her.
I just really love the way your hair smells. Boom. Married 7 children. You remember Wedding Crashers? It'd be a situation like that.
Yeah.
That's 100% how it would be. What could you do, man? What can you do? But honestly, a pretty decent sequel, a pretty good follow-up to a legendary movie. And like you said, I prefer this to the original. And I don't hate Psycho.
No,
I don't hate
it doesn't happen that often when you prefer the second over the first. It doesn't happen that often. But in this case, at least for my case, it happened.
And I don't even feel that way with The Godfather. I love The Godfather 2, but I really go Godfather 1 over The Godfather 2.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
You know it's better. You know it's good. It's good stuff. The Godfathers are easy to get sucked into.
Yeah.
Like if they're on the weekend, you're on like just chill mode.
Yep. Well, I guess I'm going to sit here for the next 6 hours.
I'm going to be a piece of shit for a long time. Commercials and all, you're just...
I'm going to take a nap through the second one, wake up at the end of it. And there we go.
Yeah, man. Sometimes those days are needed for your soul, though. I'm hitting the table over here.
I know, you're shaking everything up. You're messing up my production value.
Wow, I feel good.
All the time.
So, we've talked about some key moments here, okay? But we can't leave out the fact that all this is inspired by a novel, the Robert Bloch novel. Okay, that inspired the first film, and without that, which was loosely inspired off Ed Gein, and then this comes into play, and then, I don't know, it's just weird the string of events, how things can happen. Mm-hmm. How one small, minor decision to make a movie can lead to, like, even, for example, Friday the 13th. Sean Cunningham wasn't trying to make some legendary character or something to that degree. They were just making a movie trying to make some success. And then, like, think of it now where people, like, have it on their body and the franchise means something so important to them. But to think it was just started on a whim. Just, like, not even, like, sometimes that almost hurts to hear, But after time, it gains strength and gains traction. Yeah. But I think Psycho can even fall in that category, too. It's just, even with, like you said, the Bates Motel. they have such a successful franchise all this time later based off one fucking novel, man. Like, that's kind of cool. Just a small, and you don't know what dude was thinking to write that. He was just probably like, I'm gonna write something creepy.
It's all over the place. It's even referenced, the Psycho's even referenced in Nickelodeon cartoons. There's Rocko's Modern Life, dude. If you ever watch Rocko's Modern Life, it's an episode where him and Heifer are like biking across town and they're looking for hotels, and one of them is the Bates Motel.
Oh, I'm nauseous. I love that show.
Holy shit. It's all over the place. All over the map here.
Wow.
But we need to transfer to a different realm, to another world, and figure out some things more about this iconic movie.
Are my grandparents there?
Hi. Hello there, welcome to the What Do You Know here. This is a segment here where we're here to tell you something that you may or may not know. Now, you've been here before. I don't need to go over the rules, okay? Everybody knows about the wienergasm, up in your ass, to your brain. One highway to facts here. So, why don't you tell me something that you may or may not know about this movie, Psycho 2, 1983?
Look here.
Yeah,
The fun part about this.
I like fun.
Universal Studios backlot. That's where they filmed, you know, the town of Fairville. The town inside of this movie.
Fairville.
You know, that's where they're at here.
Yeah.
This town has gone by many names, let me tell you, sir.
How many names? 6?
Look here. It's gone by Kingston Falls and a little movie you may know by Gremlins.
Gremlins?
Do you know about Gremlins?
Gremlins?
Do you know about that?
Yeah.
What about Hill Valley and a place called Back to the Fucking Future?
Whoa.
These are towns in all three of the movies by different names, but the same lot.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying there?
That's a pretty impressive lot. It's seen a lot of action.
That was loud. I'm sorry, but I got excited.
It's okay. We got compressors.
Okay, but I need more facts. Keep this rolling here.
Okay. I got some facts for your ass here. Check this out. So, you know the house?
Yeah.
The house was still the same
What do you mean?
for number 2. It's the same as it was in the first one. They didn't do nothing to it. It's still there. They just showed up again, and then boom, it was there. But the motel, needed to be reconstructed for this movie.
Whoa. So you're telling me it's the same fucking house?
What did I just tell you?
I just want to know.
Do you not listen? You got ears on your head, but you don't hear nothing.
Okay.
I just told you that. Oh, I got another one. So, apparently, the word on the street is that the original shower head from Psycho 1 was supposed to be used
Ladies
in
love shower heads.
They do. Especially when it's got the settings that go pow. Yeah. Talk about wienergasm. You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
How can I make my shit vibrate? I can't. I can make a pulse, but I can't make it vibrate. I can't compete with that. I can't make it warm, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, what I was saying was that the original shower head was supposed to be used in the second one. What an iconic shot that would have been. But the problem was it got stolen before the movie was made.
That's bullshit.
It is. So they got a replacement down there at,
Probably a
the
woman
hardware
took it.
store or something.
It was probably a lady that took it.
I think so.
What are you gonna do?
My hair is progressively moving down my face and I can't stop it.
That's all right. It
I
looks
cannot
good.
see you anymore. I don't know where I am.
It's a good look.
Thank you.
Let me tell you something, though.
Please
a little
do.
fun fact about this movie.
Okay?
If you go about 25 minutes in, you can see a shadow, a silhouette in the house. And that silhouette is of the legendary Alfred Hitchcock.
He's in it?
His silhouette of him is in 25 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's pretty nice,
I
huh?
wonder how much that cost.
I don't know.
I did not know that.
That's good stuff. That's good facts.
That's fantastic stuff.
We got some good stuff here. I like that. 2 facts from each of us.
Yeah, that's 4 facts.
Yeah, that's 4 facts for the, Once Bitten Twice Shy. I think we've done good here.
It's great.
I like this. So, what do you think he? What do you think? Is that enough facts for everybody?
Yeah, I think so. I really think so. I don't know where the microphone is, by the way. I don't know if I'm talking into it or not.
All right.
My wardrobe has severely malfunctioned.
All right, everybody. Well, until the next time, you keep, having those gasms. Mark?
Suspense was killing me there. Yeah.
Were you under the impression in this movie that Psycho 2 meant that there were two psychos?
No.
Because if we really want to think about it, all these people are kind of fucked up. All right? You're talking about that mom and daughter combination of trying to set somebody up to go back to the loony bin? That's weird. That's weird. Those people aren't mentally well.
That's dedication.
That's psycho shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
You also murdered people to do it.
Murdered people. Okay? His real mom actually killing people? Not good. Not good. Can't be killing people, lady. Can't be killing people. That's some psycho shit.
Yeah, I heard it's against the law. You probably shouldn't do that.
Norman Bates. Norman masturbates. This man is clearly a psycho. So, I mean, this whole movie. Now, I tell you who was a funny character, Mark. The man who ran the diner with hairier forearms than Robin Williams. And he gets them burned with fryer grease. Oh. And he's just like,
oh, dude. Especially with them hairy arms. Oh, that would sting.
Not good, man. Not good. But he was a funny character. He made me laugh.
Jesus Christ, girl, what'd you break now? Just that anger of just fucking that. Everybody that's worked in a restaurant has that restaurant anger, and they feel that dude so much.
I know. There's that guy on TikTok I like a lot. That angry chef guy, or he's not. I don't know what his name is, but the chef reactions guy, and he's just always in a fucking mood. And he's like, "What do we have here? Oh God!" Like, I love that guy. He's funny as shit.
Dude, people are making some weird ass shit on there, just on purpose.
I know, man. It's strange.
Like a fucking glob of meat with peanut butter, M&M's, Skittles, and eggs. I don't know what the fuck.
I reacted to one of them videos. This dude just ate like 3 pounds of ground beef with a stick of butter and like a bull testicle.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm not kidding, dude.
Ew.
Can I show it to you?
No, we're in the middle of a show.
I know, but like they can hear it. It's like very brief.
Ugh.
It's very brief. I just like that's what I mean, and it's on our channel, so they can check it out. But this dude,
okay.
As a beginner carnivore, first I start off the day with 3 pounds of ground beef and a stick of butter, no bev, obviously, and that will usually hold me over for about an hour or two, and then I'll have some steak tartare carnivore sandwich. And
Yeah.
Ew.
We'll have dessert after breakfast. That's nice. We'll have a little testy pop for sure.
testicle popsicle.
Oh my God.
I'll have lunch at around 10:45, which will be chicken and tzatziki sauce.
Dude.
Then I'll have my afternoon snack, which is a testicle butter dog, super tasty. And then I'll have another afternoon snack, which is a pound of raw ground beef with a few eggs, and then I'll have pizzle soup for dinner.
Those are weens.
And then I'll have a Krabby Patty with a raw testicle bun. And don't forget the 1090 GH.
Dude, somebody has sex with that. Ew.
So yeah, if you guys want to see like what that guy's eating, you can find that video on our TikTok. But
Ew.
Yeah, bro. 3 pounds of ground beef with a stick of butter with
Raw.
no beverage.
Ew.
I mean, he like cooked the ground beef, but still, bro.
Just with no beverage is what sent me over.
I know. Just let your body process
How do you not
that.
wash that down? Wash it down. What are you doing?
Bro, you could.
Fucking disgusting.
His fucking bowel movements have to be nuclear.
Oh my God.
That,
No, that dude has to have his bathroom separated from his house.
I hope he's one of those people that's actually like a really good baker, and that's just all cake.
It could be.
Then I would be
This
really.
ain't cake.
Then I'd be really impressed. Like,
Yeah.
I would do that. I like cake. I could eat a lot of cake. Especially if it was good
Yeah.
and you know you were freaking people out.
Yeah, I don't think that's for real what he's eating. I think he's bullshitting.
The raw hamburger meat with the raw eggs on it and him eating that, I did not like that.
No. Can you eat raw hamburger meat? I don't think you're supposed to.
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to. I
need
think
to
you're
cook it
supposed
for a
to. I
little.
think there's instructions on the package that says do not eat raw. Like
Yeah.
there's repercussions if you eat that.
You should at least bare minimum sear ground beef, but like a chicken, no go. You can't do that.
No.
You can't do that.
No, you cannot. Would
Yeah.
you stay in the Bates Motel?
And what preface? Like,
Would you stay there?
with like Warren Toomey running it, where he's like letting like me come in and crank out chicks and have crazy parties, or like with Norman Bates running it?
Well, Norman Bates running. I think anybody else would stay in the other version of it. Like, no big deal. But the one with Norman Bates running it.
It depends on if I had no place to stay and my car broke down, like kind of situation. Yeah. But let's be honest. If we're traveling, we're strapped, dog. We're coming in, you know. You brought a knife to a gunfight.
I think I could take down little skinny Norman in his little outfit by myself by hand. Because this man is like a 30 mile per hour wind will knock him over. You know what I'm saying? So I would too, probably.
And I wouldn't take any of his weird food he offered me either. So
No.
like, I'm not getting poisoned.
I don't want your
I want your tea and sandwich.
cool, man. I got takeout. I'm cool. No, thank you.
No. I only eat ground
Why?
beef and butter.
Is that? Let me ask you this: all the ladies out there, is that how actually you guys take showers? Like just sitting there, like under the water, like oh yeah, like enjoying it so much. Like I don't think that's
think they
real.
do.
I think that's overfatuated, but
think-
I don't know. That's not how I take a shower.
I think everyone just lays and sits there and analyzes their life, or just you just stand and analyze. Just,
No, everybody plays with the water for 5 minutes. There's a video of some guy like playing in the shower, and he goes down all the things you've ever done in the shower. Like you put your hands up against your chest and let the puddle build up, and then just drop it. Okay, you do that. Have you ever let the water run down your arm till the stream is going off your fingers? You got like little finger guns.
You like Spider-Man? Yeah.
Oh yeah, like phew, being that.
Aquaman?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But usually you can just stand in there and be depressed and think about everything.
Yeah.
Or some of the best thoughts you've ever had. You'll be thinking like, bro, do porcupines only have missionary? Like you'll be thinking questions like that. Like, you're like, I don't even know, man. Like,
Do porcupines only do missionary?
yeah, you don't know.
They'd have to.
Yeah, or that's a lot of risk reward there, brother. That's a lot of risk reward. You're out there throwing it down like Brett Favre, But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
All right.
Does anybody know about porcupines? Because now we're curious.
With that, let's go into another portal and rate the movie now.
Sloppy horror rating, baby, yeah!
Yes, thank you for showing up once again. I know you're interested, like I'm interested, to find out this interesting rating about this interesting movie. And now we're going to do that is the world famous certified sloppy horror podcast rating, done by the one and only Christian Ramey himself, the horror nerd, your favorite scary movie companion. He has developed a rating system that makes a horror movie so you know exactly what you're getting into based off the score. Now remember, low score doesn't mean it's a bad score. High score doesn't mean it's a good score. It's just what kind of horror movie you are looking for. And how are we going to do this? We're going to do this in a series of 4 categories. 3 categories worth 3 points. Last category is worth 1 point for a total of
10 points altogether.
Yeah, that's correct. So let's get into the first category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is casting.
Man. This feels like a 2.5 to me. It's not like perfect, but it's pretty high, man. There's some pretty good actors in here. I mean, Dennis Franz, he played on that NYPD Blue for so long. He had NYPD, whatever that show was. He did so great in that. Obviously, Meg Tilly, Robert Loggia, fucking Anthony Perkins. There's a lot of big actors.
Kind of a superstar-studded cast here, really.
Yeah, man. I'm thinking 2.5 really sounds fair.
Okay. We'll go with 2.5. So it's 2.5 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the second category here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is kills.
I don't know how I feel about this because there's some fun, creative kills and some impactful kills, but they're pretty much all essentially done with a knife. Nothing too grotesque. It's feeling like a 1.5 or a 2. I don't know which one.
1.5, really?
Yeah.
I mean, there are two of them. Two of them, which is 1 point to me, which is the Loomis, the throat. The two kills I talked about earlier, the throat, through the back of the head, stab, and then the stare, falling on the knife on the railing. That makes you go, when it makes you go, ah! All right, that's impressive. That's impressive. Now, again, you go into the other categories, they are all stabbings. So, and you don't see every single one of them either. So that's good to put that another 0.5 point there. Bam! You got a 1.5. So, makes sense to me, makes sense to you, makes sense to everybody. And if it doesn't, get the fuck over it. So that is 4 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the third and final 3-point category here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is fear.
I don't really think it's too scary.
Suspenseful. It's more suspenseful. Creepy.
Yeah.
It's creepy and suspenseful.
Would you say a point or 0.5 point?
0.5 point.
Okay. I like 0.5 point. I was thinking the same, but I presented the question the other way to see how you would genuinely go.
I don't know.
I agree.
I mean, how many people are going to be in a situation like this in the real world? Could happen.
It's true.
But again, like the main character is not intimidating. Norman Bates is not an intimidating man. So he's not scary. He's just psycho.
I know.
So, we'll go with that. That's 4.5 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the last final 1 point category for 0.5 point each here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is rewatchability.
I'm going to go, yeah. It's rewatchable. It's definitely something I can watch just because it's a movie.
It is a movie. It is rewatchable to me. Good movie. Got a little bit of everything. Good story, good suspense,
Good score.
great casting, good score. Gets you a little kill fix in there.
Plot's a little here and there, but it makes up for it.
Oh, yeah.
It makes up for it.
Yeah, I think so, too. So, with that being said,
12.
that is a total of 5 out of 10 for Psycho 2 here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast. Right back up in your ace. Stamp of approval.
It's good.
Stamp of approval.
It's good stuff, folks.
It's great. Good stuff. Great stuff. Amazing stuff.
Cool stuff. Look, guys.
It's really good stuff.
It's a legendary franchise, and we get to cover it. And that's the fun part about the Once Bitten Twice Shy season. Gives us the opportunity to hop in some of the obscure ones of the franchise. But there are fun things coming. You guys aren't going to know the full extent of what that is until it's here, all right? You don't know what you get for Christmas until it's Christmas. I can't tell you everything that we're about to deliver to your front door. But we have a couple more 2 movies, right? Isn't that fun? What do you think we're going with here, Mark?
I don't know.
Okay. Beethoven second. All right.
The Big Green 2.
Ooh. Sandlot 2.
Fuck that. That is a horror movie because how horrible it is.
Sandlot's pretty good. Can we just, we're going to cover Beethoven 2 one time on the Patreon.
Okay.
It's going to be a fun little segment because
Sure.
I love that movie.
Of course.
but you're going to have to watch it because I think it's going to bring you great joy. Okay? Now, here's the fun part about Psycho 2, or really any of the Psycho movies. I feel like they're thick with a lot of drama in there. So the fun part about the Psycho movies is this feels like a rainy day Sunday movie.
I agree with that, yeah.
I love those kind of flicks. Sometimes you just need something with a little bit of substance, but not too much always, but something. That's what I like. And Anthony Perkins obviously crushes it. He kills it. You know what's crazy, man? Because he was one of those people. I don't know. I don't know if the guy was bisexual or homosexual. Either way, it doesn't bother me. I don't care to whatever. But he was married, right? But then, so I do think he was bi, right? But the woman he was married to until his death, she passed away in 9/11. She was on one of the planes, Flight 11.
No way.
Yeah, bro.
That's sad.
I know, not fucked.
Yeah.
Like, that's so nuts.
Way to bring the room down.
Well, look, I'm just saying, it's just a wild, you appreciate people while they're here. And I think, I don't know about you, Mark, or I don't know how the hell we're going to walk out of this earth, but if somebody can go back and enjoy our stuff after we're gone, like, if somebody, because when he passed away in 1992, right? So if somebody can come back like 30 some odd years later talking about your shit after your death, that's power, dog.
Oh, yeah.
I really think Anthony Perkins crushes it.
I think that's a goal that everybody has in their life, is to be talked about after their death.
Mm-hmm. He was a bitch. That's how they'll talk about us. They'll hate us.
Probably.
They're going to burn us at the stake.
I'm
and
sure
it's
more
gonna be
people hate
your
us.
fault.
I'm sure more people hate us than they like us.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. We're two likable, pretty guys.
Depends
here.
what part of the world.
Probably. I don't think we're very popular in Nigeria.
We might be.
I don't know.
We're going to go do a live show in Nigeria then.
No.
Why?
I
They'll
don't
accept
wanna-
us.
I do not want to go there.
All right.
I don't know what's there.
I know.
Is that a safe country? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't. We can't go to Somalia.
Don't want to go there.
No. I don't know many that do. But
But you want to go there.
not. Like, that's funny because, like, if it says, like, if you look up on your phone, like, if you want to travel there, it literally says, like, you have to make a will. You need dental records made. Like, you're not going to come back. So, like, it's like, oh. Gotcha.
All right.
Anywhere that has warm ocean waters is scary because of sharks.
Yeah.
Sharks.
Any place with an ocean in general is kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going way up north towards Maryland, and I was crossing these bridges.
Oh, the Chesapeake Bay Bridge ain't no joke, homie.
Dude, their spiders up there are gigantic. Shit you not, dude. There's dudes working on this bridge and shit, and I'm crossing, and there's webs like thick, like horror movie webs. And then I'm just driving at like 50 miles an hour. You can see the goddamn spiders, like size of your hand. Fuck.
Eating birds, baby.
Dude. For real. Anything that eats a bird is scary.
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't lying.
You know what I want to try, though? It's chicken fishing. Ever done chicken fishing? Literally, this dude's got like a shiny lure on the end of his fishing pole, right? And there's a chicken coop, and he just tosses the shiny thing. He starts reeling it in, and all the chickens are chasing it.
That does seem fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it does seem fun.
Birds.
I think seagulls are the biggest dicks.
Dude, they're smart, though. They give no fucks. Seagulls give no fucks.
Yeah.
No fucks at all. But they are smart because they figured out, hey, let's hang out by the beach where all these fat Americans are bringing snacks and clean up. It's a good diet.
If a bird stole my sandwich, he would not make it.
You're not going to catch him.
Oh, I'd follow him
No,
the
you
rest of the day. I'd see where he lands with the food, and I would just throw a colossal object at his head.
What if you had a pet seagull?
Oh, I'd hate it. I don't like birds.
Even a seagull?
Yeah, I don't like them.
I know you don't like birds. You don't like a seagull, though?
No.
They're funny. They're annoying. They're funny.
Yeah. What? All right. I get you there. But they'll take your French fries.
They will. Or your Doritos.
Yeah, you told that story how you buried somebody at the beach and poured Cheetos all around them or something.
Yes, and I recommend that. Anybody listening, if you want to do something to someone that's hilarious every time, and if you're a dick like me, it's going to work. Now, all you need to do is offer to bury somebody in the sand. Now, every time you do this, as long as you're willing to do the work, somebody is going to be willing to let you bury them up to their neck in sand. I don't know why, but there's somebody that always wants to do it. Always wants to do it. Why? Because you will get a picture. It's so funny. Now, what you do?
Make the picture funny.
Is once you bury them down there, and make sure you add a little bit of water so they can't get away. Okay, so pack it down. Add a little bit of compaction to it. Okay. Now, once everybody starts to get the picture, you take a bag of Cheetos, you pour it on their head, and then you run. And then all the seagulls will come and swarm their head. Then you take the picture. So never, ever let me bury you in the sand because I will do that. What if I did that to you?
I wouldn't let you bury me.
Would you disown me?
Yeah.
What if your kids wanted to bury you?
My fear, I would be able to break the sand loose and get out. It would be one of those, my body would go fight or flight. I'd get out.
How much will it take for me to bury you up to your neck and pour Cheetos and Doritos around you and let seagulls get you? How much?
25 grand.
25 grand?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, no. What if I gave you $100?
No way. That's not, no.
They're not going to do anything to you. They're seagulls. They're there for the food. They ain't going to attack you. You might get pooped on, but hey, what's the worst? There's seagulls above you anyway. You might get pooped on regardless.
They're disgusting creatures.
$200. What if I gave you a joint in your mouth while you did it? No?
What if no, because then they'd take that too. They'd take that too. What if I put you in a coffin with a bunch of tarantulas?
No. That's different.
No venom. None of them have.
No, and still no. No, I'm not doing that.
Just 3 of them.
No.
They're somebody's pets.
No. I hate those things.
For 25 grand.
Give me the coffin.
Yeah, see, that's when you're like, all right,
Give me the coffin.
I can overcome the fear. That's an adequate amount of money. It's not like $1 million, but it's like 25. That's enough where it's like, all right, that's going to be worth that day of shit.
Yeah, all you got to do is just make your mind go somewhere else. Honestly.
Tarantulas are cool.
And keep your mouth closed.
Especially if they don't have venom, because they're just like, they're not like little dumps. Like, these little spiders suck that are like microscopic and like see-through. Like, I don't like those fuckers. Like, what are you all about?
Dude, have you ever seen or heard of the island of spiders?
Nah.
There is an island. It's a small little island somewhere out, and it's home to nothing but spiders. Some of the biggest spiders I have ever seen.
Fuck all that, dude.
Dude, it's fucking terrifying. Like, there's a spider literally hanging in a tree, and it's about half the size of the fucking tree. It's fucking disgusting. We should test nuclear bombs on that island.
Nah, because then you're going to get nuclear spiders, dude, that are even bigger.
That's a good point.
We should just fire. Just fire.
Flamethrow it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be scared.
Napalm.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only time it's ethical is to burn Spider Island. The Geneva Convention
Dude,
forgive it.
If you were stranded on the ocean, can you imagine if you shipwrecked and then you're on a float and then you finally see land, you're like, fucking thank God, and you get on there and it's Spider Island. It's like go right back on the raft.
Yep.
Fuck no.
Nope, we're not doing this.
No. Well, that went off in a direction I did not foresee.
Spider Island.
Spider Island.
Let's throw a music festival there, Spider Island.
Ew. I'd be sitting there like hitting them with golf clubs, like fucking teeing them up.
Now that would be fun if they said like we're hiring a remote squad of spider haters. We're gonna equip you with like the coolest suits, and like the cool, they can't get in there. They're like space suits, and you just got to go through and flame them all out, and you got to take care of business.
Yeah, I'd pay to do that.
You're just screaming behind the mask because they're like crawling on your face. You're like trying not to burn yourself.
Oh God, that's a horror movie with itself. Fuck that.
We just made a horror movie.
We did. Spider Island. And then we'll sell out and make Spider Island 2, the nuclear spiders. All right.
Nuclear spiders.
Well, that's it for us here. We're going to get out of here. But we love you. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, guys.
Once again,
See ya.
we love you. Goodbye.
Take care.